What's good, everybody? Welcome to volume 4 of my favorite video series where I compare rappers to their film director equivalents. This one is a re-release from back in 2024, so not all of these takes are the most up to date, but let me know down in the comments what other rapper director combos you can think of, and I might just include them in volume 5, which will be coming at you guys probably next month and will be all new. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want more videos just like this. Without further ado, let's get right into it. First up, we have Mac Miller and Spike Jonze. These are two of the most versatile artists of the past 30 years. They both got their start making skateboarding videos and music in sort of the slacker youth scene, and then they evolved into true auteurs who made some of the best art of their generation. They were able to harness their complex emotions and make it into art that was distinctly theirs. The movie Her and the album The Divine Feminine parallel each other as two of the most interesting displays of love and heartbreak that we've received in recent years. Both of these albums were made to explore their experiences with high-profile relationships with another legend in their fields, Sofia Coppola for Spike and Ariana Grande for Mac. You could also draw parallels for the films Being John Malkovich, an adaptation, to the albums Swimming and Circles. These projects came in pairs at opposing ends of their catalogs and are the most critically acclaimed points of their careers, showcasing a full display of what they are capable of. They both had a great sense of humor within their work, while still pushing boundaries of their creative output. Their work can be funny, romantic, thought-provoking, trippy, and simply just entertaining. You could also look at some of the more surreal work in Spike Jonze's filmography, like Being John Malkovich and Where the Wild Things Are, and connect it to Mac Miller's experimental phase of his career, with Watching Movies and Faces being cult favorites within the hip-hop community. Overall, they are two of the best and most unique artists of our time. Next up, we have Chance the Rapper and Taika Waititi. 8 to 10 years ago, these two artists were thought of as two of the most promising visionaries of the next generation. But somewhere along the lines, the public perception of them changed to them being corny. There is no denying that these two dudes are talented, and their styles are so distinctive that they make for some of the most polarizing art in mainstream media today. Chance the Rapper rose to fame with his iconic mixtapes 10 Day, Acid Rap, and Coloring Book, before cashing in his respect in the game for his big-budget debut album, The Big Day, which was critically and commercially panned and just overall disliked by most. And Taika had a similar trajectory. After gaining popularity with What We Do in the Shadows, he reached his critical height with Jojo Rabbit and his commercial apex with Thor Ragnarok. But Thor Love and Thunder seemed to turn everybody against him. They both have distinct styles that are playful and loose, which can cause some people to either love them or hate them. But too much of it at once can be a little grating. Taika released Next Goal Wins last year, which didn't seem to get him any more points back with the people, but hopefully Chance can turn things around on his next record. Next up, we are going with some more new school acts with Playboi Carti and Robert Eggers. These are two of the most exciting artists to emerge in the last 10 years. They each have a unique style and vision that separates them from the contemporaries. Their style is often dark and simple while being aesthetically complex. You can tell that a lot of care goes into making everything these artists create and having it fit their brand. Playboi Carti has a strange obsession with vampires and almost has the public perception of being one, and this fits right into the movies that Eggers gravitates to. In fact, his next film, Nosferatu, is literally about the guy who most would call the father of modern-day vampire stories. They both are exactly 3 official projects into their careers, with a highly awaited 4th on the way. And while each project isn't quite a one-to-one comparison, Carti's self-titled debut burst him onto the scene with a distinct sound just like The Witch, Die Lit, and The Lighthouse are each of their most brilliant works and made them new age legends, and The Northman and Whole Lotta Red expanded their sounds and styles into more ambitious and bigger places. I'm very excited to see what these guys have in store for us on their next releases. Eggers' next movie and Carti's next album are two of the most anticipated projects coming in their mediums this year, and there's no doubt in my mind that they'll each keep pushing their artistry forward. Next up, we have Lil Wayne and Ridley Scott. These two legends have been working for longer than pretty much everybody else in the game. They've each had hits in numerous decades, and their catalogs are among the most impressive in history. With the amount of work that each of them have put out, they aren't necessarily the most consistent in their fields, but we forget that because the bangers that hit are all-time classics. Even though they are both regarded as legends, they might actually be a little underappreciated in the game, all things considered. Time and time again, when people say that they are past their prime, these artists prove them wrong. They both are pretty versatile too, making so many crowd pleasers while also being critically respected throughout most of their careers. On top of the generalities about their work and legacies, Lil Wayne also went through an era of calling himself a Martian and an alien, and Ridley Scott obviously is the creator of both the Alien franchise and The Martian. As respected auteurs, they also don't shy away from franchises and sequels. Most people roll their eyes when a new sequel is announced, but people are eager to check out the new Gladiator sequel and are always hyped to return to the Alien series when Ridley is at the helm. You would expect that Lil Wayne's The Carter series would give us diminishing returns, but fans are always happy to return to the series, just like they are with Alien and Gladiator. As artists, they are masters of the technical sides of rapping and filmmaking, but they also consistently reach the heights of consumer entertainment, making the definition of popcorn films and billboard bangers. These two guys have been in the game for so long, and you really never know what album or movie could be their last, so I'm happy enjoying them while we have them. Next up, we have Travis Scott and Denis Villeneuve. These two guys are all about spectacle, and everything they make becomes a must-see or hear event for everyone a fan of film and music. Denis has been working since the 90s, but really he just started to build his legacy in the last decade and change, just around the time that Travis burst onto the scene. Every album and movie that they release becomes an event. You have to listen to every new Travis album the night that it drops in order to not be spoiled of the secret features, and the visuals and sound design of every Denis film make it so that you have to see it right away in theaters. They each prioritize the experience of the art just as much as the art itself. Also, interestingly enough, even though they both have incredible sound design and writing, neither of them prioritize words in their art. The sound of every Travis Scott album is impressive, but his lyrics are probably the least impressive thing about it. And Denis had a quote when he was promoting Dune about wanting the fewest amount of words possible in his movies. Overall, these guys are both visionaries with a similar knack for the grand and spectacular, and they've become two of the most popular artists of their time, while pushing the medium forward on a grand scale. Next up, we have J. Cole and Ryan Coogler. These guys have built up legacies over the past decade that few mainstream artists have been able to achieve. Their work is always able to reach the highest bar of popularity, while also showcasing positive and informative themes of social consciousness. They always have something to say, and they make sure that as many people as possible will hear it. J. Cole got his start with a lot of success on the mixtape circuit, before becoming one of the most popular major label artists of the decade. That's similar to how Ryan Coogler got his start with the indie gem Fruitvale Station, before being the leader of the Creed and Black Panther franchises, bringing his ideals to the masses. It also seems like in the last couple of years, many have forgotten just how good these guys are. J. Cole is coming off of a couple of weak mixtapes, and it's been 6 years since the first Black Panther took the world by storm. But J. Cole fans are eagerly waiting his album to fall off, and Coogler has his original Michael B. Jordan vampire movie coming out next, and I'm guessing that both of these will be able to get them back on top. So they're in similar places in their careers as well. And there's been so much talk the past few years about the big three in mainstream rap, with Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and J. Cole really running the game for the last decade. And so my question to you is, does Coogler belong in that same class for directors? Of his generation of mainstream directors who make big movies with both mainstream and critical appeal, I think the big three might just be Ryan Coogler, Jordan Peele, and Greta Gerwig. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think of that. Up next, we have Danny Brown and Yorgos Lanthimos. These are two of the most respected artists in the game, each with a very unconventional style that is completely unique to them. Their work is often surreal and darkly comedic, while also pushing the boundaries of the medium that they work in. Their art is entirely singular. From Danny Brown's voice to Yorgos' visuals and tone, you can't mistake a song or film by them for anyone else. Their work often explores themes of human suffering and existential angst, often evoking a mix of discomfort and amusement. The lighthearted darkness that they are able to capture with everything they do makes for art that always connects to their fans, no matter how off-putting the subject matter may be. They both explore the human condition, focusing on themes like alienation, mental health, identity, and the human psyche. Through their art, they have attained similar cult statuses, but both have gotten praise from the highest channels while working with some of the best artists around to help bring their vision to life. And last but not least, we have Westside Gunn and Baz Luhrmann. These gaudy curators of flair are two of the more diverse on this list. Westside Gunn brought his brand of Griselda street rap to the mainstream level, melding his high art with low, and Baz Luhrmann has become one of the most impressive visual artists in film. These two guys always bring the most. Westside Gunn has some of the most albums, the most features, the most ad-libs and gun noises, and Baz brings the most audacious editing, lighting, set design, and more. They are two masters of excess. They both place a strong emphasis on the aesthetics and atmosphere of their projects, whether it be through Westside Gunn's meticulous production choices and album art, or Luhrmann's elaborate visual designs. Everything they do feels like it would be better suited for an art museum rather than a record store or movie theater. They are both very interested in history and famous figures as it relates to image and style. The phrase that I would say best describes these two is style over substance. But that's not to mean that the style is anything less than great. I think that these two guys are in the camp of you either love them or you hate them, but there's no denying their eyes and ears for making captivating art. Thank you so much for watching once again. Thank you as always to my patrons as well. Head over to patreon.com/DefGoldblum if you want to see all of my videos earlier than they're available up on YouTube. Like I said in the beginning, also let me know down in the comments what other rapper-director combos you can think of, and maybe that will be featured in my next addition to this video series, which I'm hoping to get out to you guys maybe next month. I do have a lot of great videos planned for you guys coming up. So as always, stay tuned, stay safe, and stay def. Thank you so much for watching.